Welcome to the ultimate guide
on how to be good in MM2.
So basically I will try to share actual useful stuff like special texts, mechanics, and just information that you seriously need to know. Trust me. So no wasting time, let's begin. And the first section I'm going to start from
is movement.
Movement is the core to your whole game. Without a good movement, you will just lose like a bot. Self-explanatory. And so the first thing that I'm going to be explaining is
tight movement.
So this specific movement is very useful for situations when you're like being chased, you're chasing someone, or you're just trying to gap someone. So basically, you know how like regular players just move around the map like this, right? They're just like walking wide openly, right? They try to chase you, they do these sorts of like jumps and stuff. And this is where tight movement comes in hand. You just gotta hug the wall, so you move like this. This can be applied in every single map, of course, like it's very simple, like, you know, a quick demonstration of how tight movement looks like in House 2, for example, as you can see. You just basically don't take huge steps, you're just hugging the walls like this, look, as you can see. Very easy, and if you just master this style, you will just be goated. Wait, hold on, 260. Okay, another famous map, Factory, and basically just same thing, you just hug the walls, as you can see. You can go through here. You can go through here like this when you're like going from sewers. You can just do this, you know, and then boom, you're over here already. And then like when someone is chasing you over here, you just go over here, and then you just do this like this, and then you just basically move tightly. You don't take huge steps. It's very simple. You just basically hug the walls every single time. Like very simple, you know. Now watch this. And now on to the next one. And now the next thing that I'm going to be explaining is
bomb jump.
So basically there are 3 ways how you can do bomb jump, and bomb jump is a very useful tech that allows you to double jump. And so the 3 ways how you can do it is in first person, third person, and shift lock. So let's start off first person. So in first person, to do bomb jump, you just gotta go in first person, tilt your camera slightly down, and just when you're in the air, click. Simple. And same thing with shift lock. You just tilt your camera down and you move to the side and you just jump. Simple, as you can see. And the last way, which is in third person, is my favorite one. So basically to do it, it's the same thing. You just put your cursor on your character at around the center, right? At around the center. You tilt your camera down and then you jump, boom. Simple. And just make sure you do it as late as possible. So like when you jump, you jump and then you do it, you know. That way you will get like more height. And the next thing is
boosted jump.
Boosted jump is a very hidden technique that I've never seen someone abuse that much in this game, which is basically just having a tall avatar. As you can see, my avatar looks goofy, right? But look at this. Normal players who have small avatars, they will not be able to do this kind of a jump. And same thing over here, as you can see. For example, you see this gate over here. Look at this. No problem. Easy. You have tall avatar, you can just do this. And how you do this is simple. You just put your height to 105%. And so there are 2 ways I can do boosted jump. So first one is kind of difficult. You basically just kiss the wall and then you just jump and shift lock. And so the second way is my favorite one because it's like super easy to do. So basically you come close to the wall and then you just do a little spin move and then you just jump and shift lock. And here is even more proof why tall avatars are so OP, because look at this. Oh, I gotta jump over here. No problem. Easy. Oh, I gotta jump over here. No problem. Easy. Oh, I gotta jump over here. No problem. Easy. Oh, someone is over there. No problem. Easy. You see how OP this is? Like, look at this, bro. Tall avatars with boosted jump is insane. Now here's a final example on why tall avatars are actually super OP, because look at this. You know how usually people just go through here like this? Well, you can forget about this if you have a tall avatar. Because if you have a tall avatar, you can just do this. I can literally jump from 2nd floor to 3rd floor. See how easy this is? Literally just a tall avatar and a little shift lock timing and you're already on the 3rd floor. You don't need the elevator anymore if you just abuse tall avatars. Can your small avatars do this? No?
Buddy, look at this. Look at this, come on. Oh my freaking gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my days. This is insane.
Okay, so I hopped on my main account to show off this last thing about movement section, and which is
emote glitching.
Emote glitching is a very bad thing. I don't recommend abusing this, but basically instead of like using the wheel emote for emotes, you use the in-games like avatar emotes bar, which is way faster than the emote wheel, and you just get an emote that just makes you no clip the wall. And what you can do is just basically come up to a wall, right, then you just do this and then you're on the other side. Simple. Or you can just go over here like, oh, goodbye. You know, like this is just so OP. You can go over here, oh, goodbye, you're on the other side. Easy. Wait, watch this. Oh, goodbye. And yeah, this is going to be the final thing for the movement. Now we're going to move to the other section. So the next section that I'm going to be explaining is
Camera.
camera. It's your vision, it's your character's eyes. So first one is
Shift lock picks.
what this means is basically, you know how you can like come close to the wall, right? And then as soon as you press shift, like you can like see what happens over here, for example, you know? Or like you can just like, oh, you can see what's happening over there, you know? Like this is a very useful tech because you can just do stuff like this, you know? You can like see what's happening over here, you know? Or like what's happening over here. This can be abused everywhere, as you can see in factory. It's very OP. If you like camping over here, you can just see the whole section over here like this. If you just shift lock peek, as you can see, right? Same thing, you can like slightly peek over here. Not as good as over here, but you get what I mean. It's a very useful tech for your camera. Just abuse shift lock, you know, to see more. And then like once you see your enemy, you're like, okay, he's over there, right? Let me jump him. And then you're like, 360, no scope. Easy. And the last thing that I want to tell about camera section is
Camera angle picks.
so let me explain. Let's say you're innocent and you're trying to survive and you know that the murderer is coming from here, right? But you're just making sure, so you just wall camp up like this. Now, normal people would just wall camp like this, right? Being close to the corner and stuff like that. But you know, like, it's just bad. Let's say the murderer just suddenly rushes you. It will jump scare you slightly. And like, since you're over here, they might catch you quicker, right? But if you want to like possibly survive for longer or just like actually beat them, I recommend peeking a corner like this. So you just go as far as possible, right? And with your little corner from here, you can peek. And if you see them coming, you already have some distance taken. And since you will see them coming, right, you will just instantly pre-fire and go like this. And same thing over here, like you see someone coming, you go like this, you see a little corner over here instead of peeking like this. And once again, if someone rushes, you can just save a little time and then just, I guess, like save yourself, you know, and then just, oh. And that was it for camera section. Now let's move to the next one. So the next section that I'm going to be explaining is
Sounds.
now I can't really explain this section well, so I will just show one clip to prove that listening to game sounds is very overpowered. So here is a 1v1 situation. As you can see, I was listening to footsteps, and as soon as I heard that the murderer was coming from the basement, I started to move towards kitchen. Got the gun obviously, then heard that the murderer was coming back through basement, so I just waited and shot him. And so I recommend getting some gaming headset with 360 audio system if you really want to know people's exact location. Hopefully you understand what I mean. So now let's talk about roles specifically.
Which is Sheriff and Hero.
So Sheriff and Hero are the most easiest roles in the game. And so the first tip that I can give is that when you're Sheriff or Hero, always make sure to aim in first person. Now, like, there's just multiple reasons why like first person aiming is just way easier than like, oh no, shift lock aiming like this from third person or just in general third person, because like, you know you can just accidentally, like, if your camera is in a bad position and you're trying to aim like this and you slightly like shoot on accident like this, as you can see the bullet goes backwards and it's just not good. In first person it's just way easier, so like you can air people way easier, flick people way easier. Shift lock third person aiming is just, it's same thing, it's useful like in some situations, if you're trying to like jump scare the murderer by like wall camping like this and then like, oh, pop him like this. Same thing with like third person, it can be useful to like wall peek, but just in general, first person. Make sure to always aim in first person. And so there are two easy ways on how you can shoot the murderer. And the first one is just airing them. Put your cursor above them and just wait till they jump. Because most people spam jumps and jump and stuff like that. It's an easy victory for you if you just master airing. Hopefully that is understandable. So like, let's say like, this guy jumps, right? This guy jumps. Boom. He's instantly shot. Now the second option is basically keeping your cursor on the ground, on the low. Instead of airing, you keep it on the ground like this. And yes, so as I said, this is just an example. So instead of airing them, you can just wait till he like drops down to the ground and you just... Simple. That's the second option. Now let's talk about
Murderer.
So there's nothing special about this role. All I can say is that you just need to be slow, patient, don't do stupid moves, don't rush too much, because like you just might end up being sent back to the lobby quickly, and just, you know, make sure to like take safe peeks like this. So look, instead of like rushing like this, so instead of doing like this, you know, do like this. Be unpredictable. Don't basically spam jump, because it won't help. You just gotta be unpredictable. You know, like instead of like moving like this side to side, which is just so easy to shoot you, you know, I recommend like, I don't know, doing some like 360s. You move to the side like this. I know this sounds stupid, but there's just a high chance that the person will like expect you to like jump to the side and then like, you know, you might just survive. So let's say you see an innocent person that is like running around, right? He's like running around, jumping around, you can't catch them. Make sure to always like throw the knife above them, like to the side. Instead of like right at them. And so this will like mostly work in like open maps. Let's say like over here, you can like easily predict person if they're just like jumping side to side like this, you know. And when they jump too much, you can just like predict them slightly. They will like literally go right into the knife. Simple. You throw the knife and he jumps right into it, and then like as you can see, this is what happens. And so most importantly, what is the best perk for murderer? And it's obviously X-ray. X-ray, you can see everyone's location, nobody can hide, nobody can escape. And I know you might be like, but false sense, isn't haste like also really good because you can like run faster and catch people faster, you know? And like, yeah, it's partly true, but here's what most players don't know is that murderer already runs slightly faster even without the haste perk. Let me show you an example. So here's a situation where this guy tried to run away from me and I didn't even have haste equipped, and all I did was combine side movement with having knife out and I managed to catch him. And yeah, this is why haste perk is low-key useless in my opinion. So please, make sure to use X-ray. It's way more useful. And so this will be the last part of this video, which is just some little bonus information, I guess, you know. So first thing is going to be good ping. And so good ping is simple. You just gotta be playing in your own region, so there's no lag and stuff, you know. And there's a very simple way on how to check the server's ping, which is just pressing a little shortcut, which is going to be Control plus F7, and as you can see, I can see my ping instantly. And like, for example, let's say I'm joining MM2, right? And I want to make sure that the ping is good. So I just press this little shortcut, and as you can see, for some reason the ping is kind of trash over here. So I just hop, right? I hop, then I jump back. Once again, I look at the ping, yes, seems fine. Press again, stay, and then just continue doing my stuff, you know. And the next thing that I want to talk about is no pressure. So no pressure is just basically don't be nervous. Don't get nervous, don't shake, don't take this game too seriously. Always stay calm. No matter what, just stay calm, you know. Simple. And the final thing is going to be game sense. Game sense is a thing that you can just progress yourself, improve yourself, you know. So it's all up to you. So yeah, that's pretty much it, you know. Now go and crush them public servers and don't care if you lose to stupid stuff. After all, this game is meant to be having fun, so good luck, my friend. Thanks for watching, and maybe subscribe? Maybe like the video? Bye.